Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be giving my review for Holla at the Holly Lit Up, the sequel to last year's hit movie Holla at the Holly. Um, Loved Holla at the Holly. I think I gave that a 5 out of 5. It was like my number 3 of the year for Christmas Hallmark movies. Um, I was really excited for this one, but also being realistic, it's a sequel. You don't know how this is going to pan out. So for me, this did not live up to the first one. This wasn't a bad film. This wasn't a bad film. This wasn't a meh film. This was a good film. It just did not have that magic that the first one had. So basically, Lacey Chabert's back. Wes Brown's back. They're still together. You got Melissa Peterman back. The whole gang's back together, basically. Except for, and I don't know if it's a couple they showed in the first movie or not, but there's some neighbors that have moved, so there's new neighbors coming into the neighborhood, and it ends up being this family they call themselves the Jolly Johnsons. They won some Christmas contest thing, and they're supposed to be the Christmas family of the world or whatever, and they're coming in the neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood pretty much loves them. Lacey's character don't know who they even really are. She's not that over the top with them, like everybody else is. And once they get there, things start out fine, but you can tell they're going to be trying to take over. And sure enough, they try to take over, and it starts dividing the cul-de-sac, and it becomes basically like a war between the Jolly Johnsons versus the rest. The Jolly Johnsons and their cul-de-sac side versus the rest. And this was a fun film. It captured the magic between Ned and Pamela. Their banter back and forth was great. Wes did a great job again as his character. Lacey was good as usual. So it captured some of that magic that the first one had, just not quite as good as the first one did. The Jolly Johnsons, they were okay at first. I was dealing with them. They were doing their job, making you hate them. And it got to the point where it was too much for me. Between the way they acted, the way they talked, it just got to be,
You die when I punch that girl in the face and I didn't watch the movie.
it just got to be a little much, and it sort of started to wear off on me, and I was like, okay, I've had enough of the Jolly Johnsons. They need to do something with their characters because it was getting on my nerves. And there's also a storyline in this with their son where he's kind of the one that convinces his parents to change and not act like they are and be like they are. But there's really no lead into that. It just kind of happens. He's kind of forgot about some in a way for some of this movie, and then he just kind of, all of a sudden, he's had a change of heart out of nowhere, and he tries to convince his family to go back to being just the Johnsons. So that was kind of out of left field. Don't know where it didn't really lead into that, but it's what we got. But those are my two big issues. Everything else was fine. Acting, comedy. They did better with the snowballs this year. They didn't bounce like they did in the first movie. But I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I gave the first one a 5 out of 5. This was a 4 out of 5. Still a solid sequel. Still one that I will buy I just have to prepare myself for the Jolly Johnsons and just keep it in my mind like you can make it through this. You know what I mean? Which I knew they were going to obviously end up, becoming good guys, becoming likable, but it's just getting through it the first time. It got to be a lot. So we'll see how it goes the second time around when I watch it. But one other thing about Forgot, because they didn't touch on it enough, was in this movie it's leading to a proposal from Wes's character to Lacey, and I feel like they lost sight of that. By the end of it, he proposes, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, you see him go look at a ring. You see him, or pick up a ring, whatever, and you see him looking at horses online because he wants like a horse-drawn buggy carriage. But that's all you see. That's all you get. And so it became a subplot, and that subplot got forgotten about too much for me. Now, could I have dropped it lower for that? I probably could have gone to a 3.5, honestly. But I can't fault the Jolly Johnsons for doing their job so well that much, and so I can only really fault the son storyline and this storyline with the ring or the proposal. So ends up landing on a 4 out of 5. But I think they could have. I wish they, excuse me. I wish they would have focused more on the proposal and had the Jolly Johnsons be more friendly and have them just connect with the neighborhood, and it be more maybe like Wes's character keeps having to go off and ignore his duties because he's trying to get things set up for the proposal, and Lacey starts getting upset. She starts getting mad about him not being there, not helping out. The Jolly Johnsons have to sort of help out because they're, the Jolly Johnsons. And then at the end, he does the proposal and it all comes together, and you set up the third movie, which in my opinion will be the wedding. That's what I think I would have done personally. You could have had some comedy thrown in. It could have just been another straight comedy about him trying to propose and the new neighbors coming in helping pick up the slack. But that's just me. But yeah, I stick with the 4 out of 5. Definitely recommend it. But that is everything for Hot the Holly Lit Up. So please come like and subscribe, hit the bell, be notified for our videos, and we'll see you all in the next one.